What's up, internet? Cory here, collecting with Cory. We're back with another pickup video. This one isn't going to be nearly as insane as the last one, but it's still going to be pretty long, so grab a snack, grab a drink, let's go. Alright guys, first thing I have to show you, just because it is the most in the way, and it's the only non-video game related thing that's really in this entire pickup video. Picked up Omega Virus. That's upside down. Picked up Omega Virus at the thrift store for basically $40. I used the 20% off while I purchased this. The electronics do have some battery corrosion.
5 minutes until I take over.
But I'm going to be honest with you. You're not going to find a better condition box for this game pretty much anywhere. So I'm going to be happy to have this on my shelf, regardless of if the electronics work or not. I could upgrade or switch those out eventually. I'm just really happy to finally have this game. And it's funny because I watched Steve Rakin's videos for reselling, and he had literally mentioned that game in a video, and the next day it was at the thrift store. So, along with Hero Quest for way too much money. The other big item in this pickup video is the NES Challenge set with, I guess, an upgraded box for my Super Mario Bros. 3. Now, the one that comes with this is supposed to have like a challenge set sticker across it, kind of like ruining the box almost. So it's not the one that was supposed to come with this, but this was the set I always kind of wanted to have for my collection. I actually have a stack of my other NES boxes next to this pickup video that I'm filming right now, and I intend to get rid of those eventually. Like I said, really nice upgrade. I think I paid $50 shipped for that. It doesn't have the NES system, but it did have the box for the game. And I'm going to be getting rid of the other ones. NES systems themselves, for me at least, are almost worthless. I have 5 of them, I think, right now, and I have no idea what to do with them. They aren't reliable enough to sell online for me to feel comfortable with it, and in person, because they're kind of worthless in my mind and a lot of people locally here in Connecticut. I feel like people just want to basically give you like $10 for them, unless you have a whole bunch of games, and even then they still want to steal, and at that point it's not worth getting rid of. Rambling aside, a strategy guide pickup. This was at my thrift store. Jade Empire for the Xbox. This is a game I actually really want to try out in an alternative future where I have unlimited time. It would be on the list of games I would like to play. Next up here, we have an impulse purchase at its worst. Maybe a flipping opportunity in the future. This is the Sega Astro City Mini. I know that this was available through, I think, Japanese retailers for probably the same price that I got it from Limited Run Games, but I saw it on their website. I tried to get this and the extra controller, but the controller sold out immediately, so I ended up with this. Buyer's remorse a little bit, not gonna lie. Not sure what I'm gonna do with this. I will have it on display at some point. I don't 100% remember where I got each of these, but we got Casper for the Game Boy. This was from the flea market. And Super Godzilla, I believe from a thrift store? Not 100% sure on that, but I didn't have them for my collection. 100% don't remember where these came from, but we have Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, complete in the box. This is actually kind of like Diablo from what I remember. It's kind of cool. And then Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring. Never played this one. Never actually seen it before this. I'm hoping I didn't show these in the last pickup video. I'm kind of like having that deja vu moment. Then we also picked up from a thrift store. This was in a big bundle of PS2 and PS1 stuff that I probably actually didn't make any money on looking back on it. But it was an impulse purchase. It was for like $70 for the system and like 20 games, but the games were all bad except for this. But now we have a complete Wing Commander 3, Heart of the Tiger. The Switch games in this video are going to be dispersed at random because I didn't really put this in any sort of order. I'm just kind of working through the piles of pickups I have for you guys. First up, we have Professor Rubik's Brain Fitness. It's probably going to be a very common title. It's already very cheap. Got this from GameStop for, I think, $10. And this one was actually from a game store, My Time at Porsche. It's another one of those games that I picked up because I really like the cover. It was usually around like $27, $28 at GameStop when you could find it used back when, you know, like a year ago. And now you can't find it anywhere used, except for this retro game store I went to where I got it for $30. So not too bad. Also from that game store, this is a purchase I regret because the condition on this case is absolutely horrible. Heavy Nova. It's just a game that, like, when I think of Genesis, this sounds like it would be worth picking up, but it looks kind of mediocre, and then the case is just rough. And it really was a dagger to travel 20 minutes south and find this for the same price at the Grid, where I would have much rather purchased it in much better condition. Thrift store find? Flea market find? Who knows? We got Oni Chambara Bikini Zombie Slayers for the Wii complete. I think this was actually from a game store, now that I think about it. The Incredible Hulk, the Pantheon Saga for the PS1. Also from the flea market, I guess the other non-video game related thing I have here. And I wish I remembered their names. This is me being a really bad Transformers fan. But I got 2 of the Constructicon vehicles. I believe I have Scavenger. Correct me in the comment section below. And I don't know. I don't remember his name. I really don't. And I'm not going to edit it in either. But I got those 2 for 25 cents each at the flea market. I'm going to do a lot of editing in this video just because I'm a moron. We added a few games to the 3DS collection. We got Paper Mario Sticker Star. One I probably had back in the day but never played, but everybody said it was trash, so I got rid of it at some point for a GameStop trade deal probably. And a game I'm adding, I believe, for the first time to my collection, Pokemon Ultra Moon. I believe I went with Ultra Sun when it came to getting those games. Also from GameStop, we have Skullgirls, Second Encore. This was a GameStop exclusive. Got it with trade credit and probably some sort of deal, because I usually try and wait for those deals with GameStop to get the most out of my money. The most out of my trade credit, I guess. Picked this up. This is Magic Knight Ray Earth. I wish I could be saying that and holding a Saturn game, but that's not my life right now. This is a Tokyo Pop manga. This is volume 1. In the past, I've picked up Magic Knight Ray Earth volume 1, 2 from a different publisher. I don't know why they have so many different publishers for these, but I'm holding on to this one. I don't know why. I probably should just get rid of it. I already have it technically, but I really do like the aesthetic of Magic Knight Ray Earth. I have not played the Saturn game or the Super Nintendo game, so who knows if I actually enjoy them. Next up is technically a upgrade, Klonoa 2, Lunatea's Veil. I found this at a thrift store for $2. This is not technically the same one from the thrift store because I already had this game, but mine was missing the manual. So the only thing I've technically added is the manual, but I was able to sell the extra copy for a decent chunk of change, probably like 90 bucks, which is crazy considering I remember when that game was at regular retro stores for like $22. From the flea market, I added an Xbox 360 game to my collection. This is Fable 2, the limited collector's edition with the slipcover. Pretty cool looking. Maybe add this to my list of games that I might eventually play, theoretically, who knows. From a, I don't even know where, 3DS game, Tales of the Abyss for the 3DS, complete. I believe this was a PS2 game, so I think this actually replaced my PS2 copy. I don't remember. Maybe I held on to it. I try not to have too many duplicates across systems. Like, if I have something on the 3DS, why do I have a PS2 copy? If it's on the PS2, why do I have it on the Wii? Stuff like that. But then at the same time, I also have that struggle where I want to have all the RPGs on every system. Like, that's one of my goals overall in collecting. So it's like, I don't know. It's a weird push and pull thing. From the grid for the collection, I picked up Dragon Ball Evolution, which I thankfully have never seen the movie. Here it's pretty bad. 2 evolutions in a row. Bubble Bobble Evolution, also for the PSP. Tales of the World, Radiant Mythology. Happy to add that one to the collection. And another GameStop pickup, Overcooked All You Could Eat Edition. Has both games and all the DLC remastered. So very happy to have the most complete version of this game that I've enjoyed watching people play, but haven't played myself. I believe this was me completing Guilty Gear X Advanced Edition. I believe I already had the box and got the game, or I had the game and I got the box. Either way, I probably paid about $20 on eBay. Flea market pickup. Very rare you can find a decent Sega Genesis game at the flea market for your collection, but we picked up Outrun 2019, which would have been from 2 years ago. Complete, even has the extra inserts. This was, I believe, $10 at the flea market. It wasn't the cheapest, but it's definitely worth it. Also from the flea market, from that same vendor, I was able to pick up Magna Carta 2 for the collection. Missing the manual, if it ever came with one. I imagine it must have. This was $3, so I was very happy to be there when they were putting that out. Also from that flea market, I think this was all the same vendor, WarioWare Smooth Moves. Just in general with Switch, well, not Switch, but with Wii and Wii U games that I would have scoffed at owning in the past, like Game & Wario, I'm kind of banking on getting them now when they're not ridiculous. Like, Game & Wario is $120 minimum right now. Probably never going to own that game. But WarioWare Smooth Moves, given a much higher produced game, I'd like to have it in my collection just to not regret it later, kind of thing. I don't know why this is here. But I get Nintendo Force magazine. As you can see, it's been at the bottom. That was a combination. The bottom of a pile is a bile, apparently. The bottom of this pile for probably a month now. Haven't looked at it yet. Let's show this. Now, I picked this up at the same thrift store that I bought the Wing Commander at. This was another bundle they had. This one was priced at $80. I still don't 100% know if this was a good deal. Technically, I'm supposed to be testing this system later today, but we have the limited edition Halo Special Edition Xbox. Very cool green. As you can see here, it's definitely got some water damage issues inside of it. Now, given that this is a clear console, who knows? Maybe all Xboxes look like that inside. Impossible for me to know. I'll test it out later today. Hopefully it will work, and I will have this for my collection. Regardless, I'd like to hold on to it because I don't really know what I'd sell it for if it were actually broken. The green Xbox controller, official, and also the green Halo Xbox controller that came with the system. Now, up until me purchasing this bundle, I didn't know this was a thing. I just assumed that this controller came with that system. It just made sense to me. I didn't realize they had a separate one that had the Halo logo right there. So this one's worth quite a bit. This one's not really. The last stack of games I have to show you. I'm going to fire through some of these quick ones. We got Lumines Plus for the PS2. Warriors of Might and Magic for the PS2. I was able to add a few Nokia N-Gage games to the collection. Completed Pocket Kingdom Out of This World, or Own This World. Own the World. It has a title, theoretically. I'll get it right one of these days. And also Pandemonium. Now, technically, for both of those, I had the cartridges just sitting around. They didn't have any Pandemoniums online that weren't sealed. So I have a sealed Pandemonium. I have actually played the game on the N-Gage, and it's just as fun, in my opinion, as the PlayStation 1 version, so it's kind of cool. One thing that is interesting, it's definitely Pandemonium 1, but the case has the character models from Pandemonium 2 when they decided to try and make Nikki a little bit more of a visual delight for young gamers back in the day, I guess, with Lara Croft and them. So you definitely have the original Pandemonium gameplay, but Pandemonium 2 character designs on the box, at least. First store find, beautiful Katamari for the Xbox 360, complete. This was like $4. Very happy to add that to the collection. From the flea market, I was able to find Nano Stray 2. This was probably $5 if I'm remembering correctly. This one's an interesting one. This is a game that I now have in my collection from selling on Amazon and someone returning a Wii that I sold them, getting it sent back to me with extra games in it. I sold a boxed Wii on Amazon for whatever I would have sold it for. It got a return because on Amazon, it doesn't matter if something's wrong with the thing. If it's just something that they don't want, they just can send it back for whatever reason they end up clicking. Anyway, they decided to give me a bonus game, so I profited in Mario Party 8, I guess, question mark. I don't know, complete, really good condition. I decided to keep it. These I've just been trading into GameStop, but it's another one of those games that I would like to have for my collection eventually. Might as well keep it now. A huge stack of Switch titles to show you that I've picked up. Most of these are from GameStop, from their latest deal of whatever they had going on. And I also use Rakuten, whatever the honey-like add-on for Chrome and Firefox is. Basically will give you cash back for shopping on certain website, and I think I got 15% or something like 20% cash back based on this. So I basically cashed in all my credit to get this cash back and to get these games for the collection. And up until the last one they sent me, you know, when you order from GameStop online, it's kind of a crapshoot with a used game if it's going to have the case. Up until the very last game they sent me, I was batting 100. All these that are used came complete, so I was very happy with that. We got Shovel Knight Treasure Trove, Little Dragon's Cafe, another one that I used to see at GameStop used all the time and eventually decided to pick up just now. This is a game I thought I had, but I guess I got rid of. Super Beat Sonic. I'm going to butcher some of these titles. Aokana, Four Rhythms Across the Blue. Little Town Hero. I didn't even know that got a physical release. Snack World, The Dungeon Crawl, Gold. Transformers Battlegrounds. Arcade Spirits. Kingdom Majestic. This one's brand new. And also Trails of Cold Steel 3 Extracurricular Edition. So that's all I have to show you for Switch games. The last 4 pickups, I guess, would be the pickups of the week, if we're doing that again. The first one is technically just the cartridge, and the manual was a pickup. I already had this box floating around my room. Pokemon Puzzle League. I got the cartridge and manual for $20 total at the flea market. I already had the box, so now I have it complete. Probably had this box from some bundle deal I got on eBay back when I was buying a lot of boxes. I was going through like a phase. And then the last 3 games I have to show you are all relatively uncommon and relatively, for me at least, expensive NES games. Now, anything close to $100, like 80 to 100, is usually about as much as I'm willing to spend on an NES game. And on all of these, well, I spent a significant amount less. Alright, the first one, Romance of the Three Kingdoms 2 for the NES. Good condition. I got this from Retro Junk up in Manchester. Paid $40, goes for about $80. Really good deal. The second one, I guess you could say, was a really good steal. Same store. The guy who runs the place slipped up a little bit, and when I asked him how much for Last Action Hero on the NES, that was just like sitting on a shelf with no stickers, no pricing in the general area, he said $5. And very thankfully he stuck to his word on that, even though he realized before we did the transaction how bad he had fucked up. We have Last Action Hero for the NES, really nice condition. About a $90 to $100 game for $5 from a retro game store. And then the last one and the most recent pickup for this video, actually this is probably, out of the 3, the least expensive. This one goes for about $70. I picked up the Lone Ranger, and if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen the NES lot that I purchased. And truthfully, and according to a lot of people I've talked to, I spent too much. Now, here's the thing with me. I'm willing to spend money if there's value there. Now, I spent money on those other 2 NES games. Technically, I spent money on this. But when it's all said and done, this is going to be free after all the flipping I'm doing from that bundle. And I'm going to make about $250 on it. So, free $70 NES game, work that I was going to do anyway, and $250 profit. I can't complain about that. So that is going to do it. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite pickup of this video is. Let me know what you found recently. Another thing is, some of my best friends and I have been working on a podcast behind the scenes about cartoons. Old, new, usually weird. And we've been recording some episodes, getting some experience under our belt. We'll eventually release some of them, I think, that are good enough on this YouTube channel. But if you guys have any suggestions for cartoons you'd like to see us review, let me know in the comments also. Like the video, subscribe if you're new, and as always, keep it real, Internet. I love you guys.